commemoration of World Mental Health. Statistics from the World Health Organization shows that 1 in 4 people suffers from a mental health problem. And today, the 10th of October, marks the World Mental Health Day that's set aside to raise awareness around the world. Basic needs, basic rights. Kenya, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, held a 2-day mental health summit to know how Kenyans view mental health, stigma, and resilience. Angel Miriam reports.
The Mental Health Summit kicked off yesterday at the Radisson Blu Hotel, the CS theme being mental health is a universal human right. One of the conversations that was discussed today was the need to reduce stigmatization around mental health. One of the common challenges in battling mental health is the stigma that revolves around it. Many people find it hard to speak up for fear of being discriminated upon.
It's a matter that affects all of us. When we look at each other in the room, sometimes when we think mental health conditions, people assume someone out on the street or somebody, destitute, homeless, picking papers out on the streets, maybe not dressed. But really, mental health is about me and you.
For Daphne, when she developed depression and anxiety, she found it hard to speak up as those around her called her a liability.
It came at a time where I was now beginning to be self-aware, and I want to put myself more out there, because I've suffered from depression and anxiety, and I used to not be an outgoing person. I was not talking to people. I was withdrawn. I was hiding from people because I was ashamed, and I did not know where to get help. So when I was called a liability, it actually made me feel like, okay, so everyone knows I'm worthless. I already know I'm worthless. I feel hopeless, and you can already see it. So there's really no need to get help.
I dreaded the labels I might acquire: a mental, an addict, a weak man, or an attention seeker. These fears constrained my advocacy efforts and silenced my voice in my creative work.
According to the Lancet Commission report, there are many negative impacts of stigma and discrimination, ranging from damage to marital prospects, social exclusion in relation to education, the workplace and the community, loss of property, inheritance or rights to vote, and poorer healthcare than is given for physical conditions.
Stigma is one, if not the most significant, societal barrier to attaining and sustaining a good mental health and well-being, and realizing human rights to a job, to good education, to a relationship, and even just to friendships.
People have been judged just because they happen to have a mental health problem. So it's affecting 1 in 4 of our populations around the world, and here in Kenya. It's a common health problem, but you get judged, you get shamed, you get excluded, and you face discrimination. And we don't do that about physical health, but we don't have the right attitudes to mental health.
According to World Health Organization findings, only 13% of people with psychosis are served by mental health systems in the African region, compared to 29% at global level. 49% of children with mental health conditions or psychosocial disabilities are more likely to not have attended school. 32% are more likely to experience severe punishment, as the teachers may not understand what the student could be experiencing, whereas 41% are more likely to feel discriminated against, and 51% consider themselves unhappy. What came out from the meeting was the need for people to speak out about the issue. Miriam Angel, KTN News.
Thank you, Miriam. A plan to help Kenyans and by